I'm Agent Bellamy. Did your son go missing, sir? I have him.
My son died 32 years ago.
It's red and green goes a million miles per hour.
Frog in a blender.
Daddy!
Honey, who is it?
Congratulations on the success of Resurrection. Can you take us back to when you first read the script? What do you think of Resurrection?
When I first read the script, it just jumped out to me. You know, I'd read basically everything that was out there that year, and this one just stuck out. It was so different and fresh and hard and challenging and complex, all those things. And for me, you know, I just felt like it was just such a universal story. I felt that it would translate across all different cultures if we did it the right way.
When people think of Resurrection, they think of zombie, the first thing that comes to mind, but it is more than that. It's drama, it's family drama.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. It's essentially, it's a family drama. You know, it's about ordinary people dealing with extraordinary circumstances. In this case, the extraordinary circumstances, you know, people returning from the dead, but it's how that, you know, how do people really deal with that in a real way? You know, when you think of the loss of a loved one we've all experienced, we do what I call patchwork. You know, you never fill that void. You just do the patchwork around your heart to be able to keep going on. So imagine the past spilling itself into your present, ripping that patchwork off. You know, how do you deal with that? And that's another layer to our show that I think people are responding to.
Obviously, you have a star producer, Brad Pitt, for Resurrection. Do you think it's a double-edged sword for having such a big name attached to, as a producer to a TV show like this?
Brad Pitt's Brad Pitt, you know, and he's got his producer hat on now, and he's doing really well right out the gate, and we're fortunate to be involved with those guys.
Resurrection is such a heavy drama. Can you talk about what it is like on the set? Is it as serious or otherwise?
It's an intense set, but we keep it light. You know, we kept it because it's such an emotionally heavy thing that everyone is dealing with as actors. So I think we kept the lightness around the set so that we were able to dive in those things. You know,
in Hollywood they have a saying: never work with animals and never work with children. And in this show, you work with a 10-year-old actor.
Yeah, Landon's great, man. I think one thing about him is, you know, he had a great support system in his family. They were very supportive, and he's a good kid. He's got a solid foundation, you know. And again, I think that this is his first big job. This is his first job, period. And I think that he had an innocence that really lent itself to the character.
You have been in show business for the last 20 years. What's the most valuable lesson you think you've learned?
That's a loaded question. I think one of the most valuable things is just to, you know, from an artistic perspective and just from a life perspective, just believe in you. You know, follow your heart. You know, the chances of any of us achieving, you know, whatever that thing is are next to impossible. So, and just enjoy the journey. That's really the biggest lesson. It's not about this, it's not about the result. It's really about just the experience of it all.
But I think you have achieved quite a fair bit, because if you look at the television scene right now, I think that there are a lot of African-American taking lead roles, like Kerry Washington in Scandal, Don Cheadle in The House of Lies, and of course you in Resurrection. So
the world is changing. Our world is changing really fast, and when it comes to the entertainment business, you know, it is our job to reflect what society really looks. So I think these evolutions of African-Americans playing leads on television, you know, and major networks in America, it's just a reflection of that. You know?
These days, I think TV viewers are actually quite spoiled because we want answers fast. And in this show, there are more questions raised than answers given. How do you think viewers will actually react to that?
That's great. It's great that you say that. Yeah, people seem to want the answers right now. You know, that's the microwave generation. Everyone wants things instantly, but I think that's on the surface. Deep down, people, you know, they want to be strung along. You know, if we do this the right way, which I think we've done in this first season, it's going to give people questions that they really ponder, because, you know, there's no simple answer. There is no simple answer to some of these questions. And I think it's, you know, it's more about the relationships and the humanity of the characters, where the audience is really going to get that investment, you know, to after a point, the how and the why doesn't really matter. They're just dealing with the circumstances that's before them.
What are your thoughts on the afterlife?
I feel that energy is eternal. Energy lasts forever. So, you know, whatever any of our beliefs are. You know, I feel that that's the one thing that holds up. And while we're here in this life, you know, it's all about oneness. You know, we're all tribal, we're separate, you know, this country, this belief, that belief. But at the end of the day, we're on one earth. We all have to breathe the same air and drink the same water. And to me, you know, the thoughts of the afterlife or things like that are right down that alley. You know, everything on this earth is connected. Humans are the only ones that are disconnected. And so to me, if you just follow nature, you'll get closer to the source.
If you have one person that you can bring back to life, who would it be?
For me, it would be, personally, it would be my great-grandma. You know, I was fortunate to have her in my life till she passed when I was 16, so it'd be great to, you know, sit down with her and, you know, just, she could see what I've made of myself in my life and my children, my family, and my career. That would be awesome.
Thank you very much for your time, Omar.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best for Resurrection.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Is it really you?
Who else would it be?
You died.
Resurrection is the smash hit show everyone is buzzing about.
She believes that he is her dead son.
And it's just getting started.
I don't know what you're hiding, but I'm gonna find out.
Hi, I'm Omar Epps. Tune in to Resurrection every Monday at 10 p.m. on Lifetime, Astro Channel 709.